your former teammate, James Harrison, was saying on Cam Hayward's podcast that he doesn't deserve to make the Hall of Fame, that his numbers aren't there. You've pointed out to me many times that he wasn't asked to rush the passer on every play, had to work his way back in the league. He has the most iconic defensive play in Super Bowl history. And oh, by the way, if you want to see single game dominance, pop on the tape from that Monday night game against the Ravens. It might be the best individual defensive performance we've ever seen. I love James Harrison. I respect his opinion. I don't know what the heck he's talking about here, saying he doesn't deserve to make the Hall of Fame, though.
Man, Debo just keeping it 100. Debo feel like, man, they just letting anybody in, and he don't want to just be anybody. I mean, but Debo is well deserving of getting his ass in the Hall of Fame. You talking about a player who dominated, a player that people feared, whether it was a quarterback, a running back, or a wide receiver, whether it was an offensive coordinator, whether it was a special teams coach, they feared James Harrison. So I respect Debo because that's just what we do. We keep it 100 with each other. Debo looking at it like the Hall of Fame should be red carpet only. And we had these conversations on the Hall of Fame kind of getting watered down. Like some of the people we didn't fear when we played, and some of the people who's getting in, like, how did he get in? And that's how we look at it from a player standpoint. But I respect Debo's opinion, but F what Debo talking about. Debo is well deserving on getting into the Hall of Fame. Probably one of the most historical 99-yard interceptions for us to win the Super Bowl in Tampa. Him jumping over LaDainian Tomlinson in San Diego when it was the San Diego Chargers. That was iconic. Every time we played the Ravens, whether he was getting 2 sacks or an interception, that's really when he woke up. And we ain't even gonna talk about special teams, him going down on kickoff and just putting a lot of people to sleep. You ask them where they at, they say Alaska. Nah, you in Pittsburgh. Take them out of the game. So that's exactly what, the rules have got changed because of Troy Polamalu, James Ferrier, Ryan Clark, myself on the back end, and James Harrison. When you sitting in that huddle and we arguing with each other who the best player on the opposing team is, and we saying, man, hey Debo, if this guy run across a route, put his ass to sleep, and he over there hearing our conversation, man, they looking back like, man, how the heck these guys talking like that about me? But that's just Debo. Like, I can't script, and I wish we did. They tried to mic me up, but they said it was too much profanity. They couldn't even get a sentence out on me. They said, we can't even use this. We can't even use like one sentence. But Debo, man, people feared Debo, and he's well deserving. Heck with the stats, and I know that's what Debo probably talking about. And Debo had a late start too.
Mm-hmm.
Debo bounced around from us to the Ravens, then he went Canadian, then he came back to us. So you take about 5 years off of Debo, and if you added 5 more years to Debo's career, ain't no telling what the young man would have had statistically. But just to come in and doing what he did, and to be feared, like people feared Debo, So, and that's why I see what he's saying. I'm just guessing statistically wise on him with the Hall of Fame. But Debo, I'm telling Debo, you was feared, bro.
Did you see it in opposing players' eyes or their body language, Ike?
Me and Debo, like after year 8, was it 8 or 9, when I was just sitting on one side, it was me and Debo on one side. Like he was outside linebacker and I was the right corner. And once that happened, like, Debo used to say, man, hold that MF and receiver up so I can get his ass out the game for you, Ike. And while these guys walking back to the huddle, they're like, oh, man, these dudes ain't playing. And then when they went, I'm gonna tell you how real it was. When they went from our targeting area, because we was putting everybody to sleep. So everybody thought that it was coming from Alaska because they didn't remember what it was, right? After we started doing that, they start saying you can't target the head area, so they gave us a target. Now picture you as a receiver, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Picture you as a receiver. You already know how defense coming in between the 2005 to 2010 era, right? You know how we coming. We some savages, kamikaze kind of guys, right? So they changed the targeting area for us, right? So picture as a receiver or a running back or a tight end. All you hear is Ike and Debo and a few guys like, hey man, since they changed the target area, from this point on, we blowing everybody ACLs out. Get his ACL and blow that thing out in the water. Now, how the heck you gonna feel about playing us if you're a receiver, tight end, or running back?
You can have the ball, like.
And that's what we was doing. We were striking fear.
Yeah.
But it was led by James Harrison.